Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Ras Tafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice. Ras Tafari.
Yes.
I am now having like a team, a musical family around who sees the vision, understand it, and helping push it for it to come into fruition. Because we have so much different things to do than music. Music is just it's like the first thing. And from music, we're going to start building. Because I haven't even touched Africa yet, you know. I feel good to be part of the Empress Men in Rising because now is the time for whatever the man could do or didn't do or would do or shouldn't do. We are here. We are here. There is a part in the scripture, the Almighty said, if man doesn't want to praise him, he would put bread into stone.
Yeah, right.
It's a parable.
Yes.
Meaning to say that the works must be done.
Yes.
And if somehow during time, we could see that the man get weary. We understand what takes place with our brothers. That's how we talk as Rastafari empresses. We understand what takes place with the brother.
Okay.
Right? It mashed we up. We understand. But here we are now to take somebody's slack, to take somebody's weight so that our children would not suffer.
Yes.
Because we need to teach them. If the man can't do it, or he didn't do it, or he couldn't do it for whatever reason, here we are. And that's the place that the woman is taking right now. We're not making no more excuses, and we're not blaming no one. We're not doing the blame game. Because it's the first time in the history of music, especially in dancehall, that they're actually making a dubplate, a song, like an official song.
Yes, yes.
And that is because of the millions and millions of views, you know.
On multiple platforms, because I track them type of things. It's not just one platform gone in at the millions. It's more.
No, it's shared a lot of times, and it was reviewed by many different people all over the world. So it's just a normal dub session off of my tour, linking up with him, doing the session, and he requested that I would have done No Love, which is his song on his label. And I was like, no problem, I can do that. And he requested it with the hip hop to Dr. Dre rhythm. He said, I feel like you can do it on the rhythm. I'm like, you sure, right? I'll slew that rhythm. And it was so natural. I went to the studio, I did it, and it was done. It was history. It was history.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Yeah. And it's last said the first of the Almighty. Well, there are set thrones of judgment to judgment. Thrones of the house of the great King David. And I shall pay for the peace of Ethiopia and Africa. Yeah. Well, every night, argument, morning come. Sorry about an argument. No make your heart get hard like some sweat cement. Black woman got to exercise patience. Every night, argument, morning come. Sorry about an argument. No make your heart get hard like some sweat cement. Black man got to exercise patience. Got to change the frequency. Seems like we disagree frequently. Mama shopping spree interfere with school fee. Daddy they a dance a floss for Hennessy. Every night them fight mostly over money. Who gonna stand up fight for the family? Haile Selassie, might of the Trinity. Come with this queen with a baby in her belly. Still every night argument, morning come. Sorry about a argument. Now make your heart get hard like some sexy men. Black woman got to exercise patience.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress was Zero Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an artist, I'm an author, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Talk. Welcome to the Lion Voice Network and welcome to Lion Talk, where we are reasoning with the frontline workers in the vineyard, Ras Tafari, and the Pan-African movement. We have an extra special guest tonight. Today, whenever they are watching this video, we have one of the artists that has maintained the integrity of this trad, and these are the artists that I personally love. Viral video, mash up the whole creation. I was doing my research and the amount of millions when me buck up on family.
Jump on them off, you call little lion say you got to really deal in righteousness. Equality for the people wants peace and justice. Freedom of choices and the right to take a stand against the great deception played upon the nation. Me no need no glasses to see that them not care them what we kill we a mission and spoil we career. Look how them poison the atmosphere with all them hatred and greed, injustice and fear, cause them got no love, no love, no love in them hearts. We see them gone, no love in this world. Many lose them soul under mind control. Them jump on and got no love, no love, no love in them hearts. Me see them gone, no love at all. Little lion song rules over all and all and all. Yeah, happy stand tall. Wicked song happy fall. You know I tell them.
Are those millions? This daughter look like she deal with plenty, you know. So we're gonna talk to one of our family. Why, you know, and I them know I have a background in music business and I know a lot of artists, but why I wanted to reason with this sister is because she is on the ground with the community. She's working with the sister in them in Trinidad. She's doing what she's singing about, you know, there's congruence between the message and the levity. So it's one of our examples. The item knows that I'm on long-winded. So just please help I to welcome Lion Pride family. Queen Omega, welcome my sister. I see she at work. Same place.
Greetings, blessed love, greetings. Nice to be here with the eye. Nice to be here with everyone tuning in, you know.
Give thanks. And I have to be careful because I'm just meeting the sister, but because I've been doing my research, I feel like I know the eye for so long, you know what I mean? I'm watching the videos them and, you know what I mean? So forgive I if I come off as, you know the eye long time. But
natural, man.
Yeah, man, natural. I wanted to just ask the eye to just let the family know where the eye was born and the eye journey to Rastafari.
Well, I am hailing from South Trinidad, which is the city of San Fernando, you know. Still reside, you know, born, grew, and still live in South San Fernando, you know, and just a humble little city, you know, a place full of talent. And from what I know, a lot of artists and a lot of musicians and creative energies come out of San Fernando, you know. It's a very small city, but a lot of big vibes. And I grew up in a humble home with 4 brothers, no sisters. So I always was that go-to, you know. I always had that nurturing, mothering, caring spirit growing up with my brothers, I remember I always had to be the one cooking and cleaning, you know, normal stuff that you would expect
Yes,
from
yes.
your daughter. And my parents always told me, you know, for some reason or the other, they always told me that I was special, you know, being the only girl amongst those four boys. And I just come right in the middle as well. It's two boys, then myself and two boys. So, you know, I always had that high self-esteem, you know, knowing that, listen, I'm a queen and, you know, I have a purpose, you know. I always had that feeling on the inside of me from very, very young, you know, and my parents kind of helped nurture that because my birth name, my home name was Queenie.
Okay.
Everyone called me Queenie from since I was big. And I grew up, you know, everyone calling me Queenie, my aunts, my uncles, everyone, Queenie, Queenie. And there was a certain time, you know, well, of course, I grew up in a Christian home. I didn't go to church as often. I never really liked church. Sometimes I feel ashamed to say it, but it's the truth. I never really liked the church thing, but I grew up in a Christian home, and my dad always, you know, calling us for reverence like 6 o'clock in the evening. It was like a routine thing. And every 6 o'clock we would gather. And as small as we were, he would encourage us to say our prayers, you know.
Yes,
and if we don't say anything, he used to say things like, say, you can't say nothing to God, you can't say one thing for God. So it always struck with me, you know, that you can't be ashamed, you know, you must be ready and, you know, you must be able to say something. And he always used to say, the Creator, you didn't want to wake up this morning. The very reason why you're alive this morning, God wake you up. So he always encouraged that spiritual. He helped nurture my spirituality. I wouldn't lie, my parents helped nurture that, and my mom used to, you know, like, put me to talk and then let me know who I am, and, you know, try and instill good values being the mom, and me being the only girl. She would put me down, let's have our mother-daughter talk, and I always cherish those moments because all those things have kind of like helped me understand who I am growing up, you know. Now, what I was born to do, I was born with the voice as well. I was born with this voice. So
we're gonna get into that because you have an incredible range. You know, you can DJ with the best of them, and then you can go into some soft melodic type of, you know, high pitch, low pitch. You know, I sing all through every key. Like you never see a key where you don't love. You know what I mean? Really, I really love how the eye administrates. So so as a little girl, you're talking about you're in the home. Were you reading the Bible, or were you just following your parents? Were you actually in the Word reading the scripture?
Yeah, when there was a time when I really started getting into the scripture, you know, because as I said before, I didn't really like church. I wasn't a church person.
Yes.
I remember a few times my mom would go, and the few times that I would go with her, I felt so out of place, you know, like I love the Almighty, but something not right. My spirit don't feel comfortable. It's not aligning something. And I started, you know, getting into the scriptures because, as I said before, the love that I had for the Almighty, because my parents always taught me that, you know, I must give reverence regardless, you know. They have a power. There is a God. My dad used to say, how people could say they don't have a God. Look at evidence. It have a God. So he was always like that. And I was always like, okay, I need to know who's this God. Because if you're always talking about this God so much.
Yes.
So I need to know who's this spirit, who is this being, who is this entity. And I start getting into the scriptures.
Okay.
Start reading Psalms.
Okay. And then the poetry of King David, you know, because when you read Psalms, you know, enough people burn the Bible. I don't burn the Bible because His Majesty glorifying the Bible.
You don't have any understanding, you can't burn the Bible. Then burn all books then.
So, you know, but when you read Psalm, when you really get into the mastery of the Psalms, and, you know, you learn a lot about humility, you know, and pouring out of emotion, you know, because I'm really bare His soul in the Psalms. Was that an influence on the eye? Because you're a master songwriter. as well. So I want to know if you... What do you mean? Oh, you're humble. You're humble for me today. Okay, I like it.
I've never saw myself, I would take that as a really big compliment, but I have never really see myself, I never really see myself like a big, like a master songwriter. More or less, I know I can write, but thanks for that.
No.
And maybe, yes, I would not deny that perhaps Psalms had a lot to do with that, because I love me some Psalms, I love the Psalms. I love, and I understand that Psalms are songs as well,
Yes.
actually hymns. And then I get into the Proverbs, into the Ecclesiastes. And then after those books, I'm like, you know what, I just want to read this book.
Yes.
So I started from Genesis straight. I've never really finished it from Genesis to Revelation like I should. I always stop like somewhere.
Yes.
I stopped Second Kings. I always get distracted, but I've read Revelation. I've read books on its own, but I'm talking about reading it like a real, like how I read a book. Like
that's how I read it. I read it that way, and it really takes you on a journey.
Yes.
But it took me a long time to get through Ezekiel and them spaceship vibration. Yeah.
I remember those days, and those days is when a lot of my perception, a lot of things was happening to me that I couldn't explain. And when I was reading the scripture, I get to love it so much that my mom started seeing, little changes, and I started to really pray and ask for truth, because by that time I was a teenager, I was about 16 years, and I just wanted to, live that life that I know I'm supposed to live, and that's when I really start seeking and searching and asking questions, and sometimes nobody can answer because we all confused in some way or the other. And I remember a good brethren of mine came early one morning with some documents about His Majesty and things. But before that, I could remember going to school and
yes,
everybody talking about Ras Tafari.
Okay, so you're seeing it around the place.
Yeah, like, who's this for a CIA boy? Selassie is not go there, Oliver. Selassie is not go there. I don't know what they're talking about. But a good man, he's sounding like a good man.
Yes.
And I started to seek and search and ask questions, and I get to love, just the fact that His Majesty was a black man and, crown king of kings, African king. It's really struck me, and he has his Empress, and they were crowned together and coronated. I was like, what? What are they telling me? So wait. I said, right, no wonder why. I just fell in love with the teachings of His Majesty, the divinity, the royalty, Just reminded myself of who I am as an African woman. It was just like perfect. So I was like, okay then. I'm not a Christian, I'm a Rasta woman.
Stick a pin. What year are we talking about? Because we want to set the timeline.
All right. Let's see. That's me. 1997, 1998, somewhere around there, man.
Okay, and that this is musically also the rise of Sizzla Kalonji, of Capleton. This is when Richie Spice, this is a whole revolution.
This is when conscious music was the forerunning music.
Yes.
That's when you used to hear, that's all you would hear on the radio. That was all you would hear. Right? That was trending, if that's the right word to use.
Exactly.
That is when conscious music was trending. Everyone was listening to it, and it was in the atmosphere. I'm talking about in school. We were in school. I remember in school, they used to have gatherings, and I always used to want to know what these gatherings are about. But I never go because I never like the crowd, because I know once there's crowd, there's trouble,
Yeah.
So I never went, but one day out of curiosity, I say, because the crowd keep getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, what them gathering, what them doing, what I'm talking about. And I went and I heard the discussion. It was about Selassie and Jesus. And so it was very, very interesting because, it's, youth being awakened. And to be at that age and having them kind of discussion, it was edifying. I was like, okay, no wonder why it's this big gathering. It's a church going on here. It's a church.
Yes. And now
So every lunchtime they would gather. We would have our gathering.
Okay.
And that's when the movement started. And I start buying His Majesty badges and with markers and things. And the youths them at the time, the youths them wearing them guidance and wearing them markers, Garvey, and them saying blessed love. And that's where I came from, that type of school.
Yeah, man. That is the same time I, started to trot up, But I was on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., and we had many brothers from Trinidad too, Rasta, that rose up. So that energy was throughout Iration. So when was it that you first now realized, all right, I'm going to transfer my musical talent to Rastafari?
Well, I think it was more or less while I was working in studio, because I was working in studio with my little background and things.
Okay.
And working in the studio, it encouraged me to know that, okay, I can do this like for a living.
Yes.
Because I was already earning money as a background vocalist.
Okay.
Just doing harmonies and all the artists.
Yes, because people don't know you had a background in soca, because you come from a land of soca, you are doing things.
Exactly.
I watched Qualify interview, so we're ready for the eye today, So.
Yes, man, it was strictly soca artists. I do some. Strictly soca artists I would do the backgrounds for. But at that time when I was going through my spiritual transformation, I had to make a decision if I want to do soca, and I was like, nah, I can't do soca because it's not what my spirit is. It's not gonna mesh proper because soca music is more a dancing music. It's more a worldly type of music. Have fun, party, drink, have fun. So I was like, nah, I need to, if I want to sing conscious music. And then it had gospel, but I was like, nah, that's too churchy. I don't want to go, Because as I said before, I wasn't a churchical person. So I was not going to sing gospel in no R&B style. I was like, nah, my spirit is more a fiery, Naya Bingi warrior type of woman. So maybe I'm going to do reggae.
Yes.
And that's when I decided to do dancehall reggae. I was like, I'm going to do conscious dancehall because it's going to be perfect. I don't have to change my lyrics. I can just I want to sing, spread the message of the Most High, sing straight from the scriptures. I remember certain times when I would start writing, I would go in the scriptures. And I would read and whatever. Because sometimes I would read and I would just get so into the word. I would start crying and I'm like, this thing hit me hard, boy. I feel I gotta write something about this boy. And I would write, and that's how I really started to do, really start writing. But I was always writing from before. I was doing poems.
Oh, yes. You have a
because it's like levels onto levels. It's like, you're growing. So the more you learn, the more you want to live. And I was like, I already have a voice and I could already write poems. And then my dad say, listen, them poems are songs, it's songs. I was like, yeah, daddy, for real. And I started to it instantly, they were not poems anymore, they were songs. And I really started to build my confidence and say, yes, you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this, you're gonna sing, you're gonna write because you already have the ability to write, and you're just gonna be into the scriptures more so that you wouldn't mislead. You would write the truth and you would sing the truth and you would, Father, I am your vessel.
Yes.
I am your voice. I'm the trumpet for the people. This is how I'm looking like it. I am your Moses and all these ancestors way back come in my spirit through music, and I'm just going to help my people.
And the eye has been consistent to that mission. And I salute the eye as a royal daughter.
Yes, I.
Majesty. So talk to I and I. Right now, we're going through an uprising of Empress Menen. You know, well, for a long time, yes, we hail His Majesty, Haile Selassie the First, without apology, and you would hear that sound. And now, over the years, we see the daughters now start come up and really demanding and rising the voice of Empress Menen. We just did an episode where we talked about Empress Menen. I had 3 sistren, and I didn't even know the amount of works where Empress Menen manifests and the powers. How does the I really cite Empress Menen, and is that an inspiration even within the I works and the I live?
Of course, definitely. Every man was born of a woman, you know. So I don't know where we get this idea of leaving out the woman. It's just a off balance, you know. Hail to Empress Menen. And as I was saying before, when I saw that, you know, His Majesty was crowned with his wife, Empress Menen, I was like, this is real life. This is what life is about. This is family, values, morals, instilling the truth. So, you know, hail Empress Menen for the works that she did, and she represents Mother of Creation, the name Queen Omega. I didn't call myself that name. That name was given to me by some of the elders in my community.
Okay.
And,
do you want to call names? Do you want to call names, you know, because it's that type of show. You can
what's his
call
name again? The Bobo Brethren. Oh my gosh.
Don't worry.
I hope you forgive me if I don't remember his name.
No, I don't want to put you on the spot.
He was a royal.
Yes.
Anstey. Bobo Anstey.
Aile.
Pick up yourself, Bobo Anstey.
Aile.
He was a royal guard. He was one of the royal guards for all the gates in the Bobo Shanti Tabernacle. Okay. You know, he was like one of the main guards.
Okay.
Right? And when I met him, at the time when I met him, he was with some younger, you know, Rastafarian brothers, and they had an ITAL business. And they were selling ITAL every day. And I would, after school, I would walk and pass there because it's Rasta. And you just want to know, you just want to feel a little, or hear something, you're eavesdropping. And I remember passing, but because my dad was very popular in the community, everyone knew me.
Okay.
So everyone knew who I was. And I'm this man's daughter. I'm his only daughter too. So everyone knew me. And they were hailing me. And I always used to have my book with my poems, songs. I remember that time they asked me to sing something. And I start singing. And I start chanting. And that's when the man was like, Queen Omega in flesh. And he said, look, watch. John! They make a whole opera and it feels so nice.
Aile.
Queen Omega.
Aile.
And after that moment, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a spiritual the presence of Empress Menen.
Aile.
The persona of what this woman represents, what the name represents. The persona came upon me, and I was like, Queen Omega is a title, you know. Okay. You know, because Empress Menen was that's her name, but she carried the title Queen Omega. Yes. So it's like, you is not Empress Menen Wizaro, but carrying this name Queen Omega. I say, girl, you gotta walk straight. I was talking to myself, I like, you can't bend straight and narrow road to you, because the name means Mother of Creation. Yes. It's a heavy title.
It's a heavy title.
Mother of all nations. And you know, sometimes we don't even understand, but I understand that it's just energy. It's a frequency. And the earth kind of like need that moderate nurturing spirit right now.
Yes.
You know? And that is why the Almighty found it fit, you know, for me to carry such a heavy title.
Yes.
And as I said before, I'm doing well, and I will continue to do that, because that is what I was born to do. You know, if you have a purpose, you can't look left, you can't look right. You just have to walk your road. And I think I am at that level right now in my mind and in my body and in my soul. I understand who I am. I understand what I'm doing. And I'm going through it full force. You know? Yeah.
And it's clear that the example, because I look at your older videos and then I look at your recent, and I don't see no deviation from the mission, because sometimes some of our family, little Hennessy jumping at the picture, little
Yeah.
start creeping over time because,
Yes.
about, I'm in the industry, so I see, and we don't judge, but it's still a judgment, non-partial.
True.
So, So I give thanks when I see ones that are in the industry, but they are holding that Rastafari balance. And I really look at the eye again as an example for the younger artists, that they can model, that you can have that success, you know what I mean? Still in your head wrap, still in your long skirt, still your divinity, your modesty.
Yeah.
You know, still talking about a lot of topics. So talk to I, because the I now really manifests a style that, the DJ part of the I style, because DJing is a different thing in terms of riding the rhythm and that aggressive, cadence. Where does that come from with the I, coming from a church background?
No, but I think that comes straight from home. I have to give respect to my brothers for that. Growing up with 4 brothers was not easy. I had to be militant, I had to be firm, I had to be aggressive, If I want to play with them, they always used to tell me that you can't play this game, this for boys. Everything I want to do, I could have never done it. It's for boys. So I always had to go hardcore to prove myself, to prove myself to them, to prove myself. And I think that I grow with that spirit,
Adjust the camera a little bit there, because you're cutting off the top. Yeah, see that? Beautiful. Yes, I.
Yeah, I grew with that kind of, that militancy. I owe that to my brothers, and of course my dad too, because he was telling me, you're growing up with a man in this house.
Yes.
You had to, he told me that straight. You had to be tough, okay? It's 5 men you're growing up with in this house. You had to be tough. We ain't gonna grow you up to be you're a woman, yes, but you're gonna be one rough woman. And I think I put it into my music so much that is what everyone gets. When I start doing the DJ thing, it's just, I don't even know, man. It's just me expressing myself, expressing my militancy, because I really feel deep down on the inside, I feel like I have one of those spirits, like Harriet Tubman,
Yes.
If I was in them time, I would have done the same thing that woman do. I would have done it. That's how I feel, that kind of warrior empress spirit. Yes, so I put it into my song. I put it into my music.
The I and Queen Ifrica are I'm on 2 favorite DJ when it come on to the sister in them, the I and Queen Ifrica in terms of DJ style and pattern. The item have it,
That's right.
The singing part though, the sweet love songs, which side comes more natural for the eye? The fire blaze or the love songs and the ballads? Because you have the ability to do both.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's both. What it is the mood. It's which mood I'm in,
Yes.
It's not natural. It's easy for me to sing. Just as it's easy for me to do the dance or the rock, what they call DJing, because I think that's what the gift my mom was talking about. She told me that I have a gift, and that's the ability to sing. And it's because I can use my voice so well, I can use it like a musical instrument.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. I can do it, It's just natural. It's not really which one is easier. It's more like what I feel to do today.
Wow.
How I feel today,
Yes.
If I'm in a really, really sweet, loving mood, a love song will come out.
Yes.
If I'm in that militant zone, you will get a real hardcore militant song,
Yes.
Yeah.
And both are appreciative of the balance is appreciative. When I start with the Dubplate and the sound system, because the eye is very prolific in terms of sound system culture. Not all of the Rastafari artists are as prolific when it come on to the sound system part. And of course, we're going to talk about the viral moment that I had with Little Lion Sound. But in terms of just when did I start recording dub plates?
Yeah, some good years, you know, since I like after perhaps my fourth album, when I started becoming more popular in Europe,
Yes.
and I guess the sound system man get to know who Queen Omega is.
Yes.
That's when the dub thing started, but it really kicked up like within the last 5 years. I've been getting a lot of requests for doing dub plates.
Yes.
And since the Little Lion, well, it's gone now.
I'm telling you.
It's gone because it's the first time in the history of music, especially in dancehall, that they're actually making a dub plate a song, like an official song.
Yes.
And that is because of the millions and millions of views, you know.
On multiple platforms, because I track them type of things. It's not just one platform gone in at the millions. It's more.
No, it's shared a lot of times, and it was reviewed by many different people all over the world.
So, give us a story. How did you meet Little Lion? How did that whole situation manifest?
Well, Little Lion in business for a while, and I know Little Lion. Of course, sound system thing early in my career, I would have done sound system tours before, and then my manager knows him well, so she kind of like made the link. She was like, "Listen, Lion, have a little, he want a dub. He want a dub. I did some dubs for him already, and he loved what I do. So it's just a normal dub session off of my tour, linking up with him, doing the session, and he requested that I would have done No Love, which is his song on his label. And I was like, no problem, I can do that. And he requested it with the hip hop to Dr. Dre rhythm. He said, I feel like you can do it on the rhythm. I'm like, you sure, right? I'll slew that rhythm. And it was so natural. I went to the studio, I did it, and it was done. It was history.
So did they film it the first time, or did you go forward and film it after? Was that the original moment that we see in the video?
The original moment, and they actually took 2 takes because I was doing it, and I think I did something, and they was like, I said, okay, go again, and I wiped my face. I think I was getting too wet. I was like, oh God, now what the video look good, and they're like, all right, and I wiped my face and I go again. It was 2 takes, and that was the video.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when did you know that something was different about this video?
I never knew. It was just like any other recording for any other dub plate. Normally, sometimes when you record, some people want to take a video of it, And I was like, no problem. Sometimes I'm in the studio and they're normally recording. It's normal. So I didn't think nothing of it. I really didn't think nothing of it. Most of the times when I'm being recorded, I try to make sure that I'm looking good.
Yes. No, you're always looking good. You're always looking good, Queen Omega. You know what I mean? Of His Majesty, royal.
Of course.
Yes.
And I really, honestly, did not even think this is a banger or what. All I know is this man have a mad dub plate here.
Yes.
I knew it was a good job, for sure.
Yes.
I really didn't know that it was going to hit the world like that,
Because some artists go their whole career and never get a moment like that. What are some of the changes that you have noticed since then? Opportunities, collaboration. What has changed since that
Everything.
moment?
My career is take off now. I'm in the air now.
Okay.
I'm in the air. That's how it feels. I'm in the air, but I'm still staying grounded. But I'm floating and I'm going up. Everything is changing. Like for my career, I'm getting more bookings.
Yes.
I'm getting a lot of more, lots of more interviews.
Yes.
Everything is leveling up, honestly. Everything is leveling up, and I'm grateful. I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. I just say hallelujah all the time. Praises to the Most High.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it speaks to the character that you would give your time to a small platform like I and I You know what I mean? It speaks to your character, your love of I and I family, Ras Tafari, because when we spoke, I told the I the mission, and I had no hesitation in terms of investing in Rastafari independent media, and I really want to just give thanks for the
Yes,
I.
sir.
I mean,
Give
in terms of
thanks, man.
that high plateau and still be grounded with your
Truly.
community. And I think that's what we have to really stress for all of our artists. Yes, the world will come and you will get elevated, but make sure you're still connected to those ones on the ground doing the
Yes.
work.
That is so important, my
Yes.
brother. That is so important because as you say, yes, I'm humble, but you can see that I walk the streets and I greet my people. I take the time. I hug up. It's Queen Omega 20. It's normal. It's people. It's human nature. If I have it, I bless them. I try to. I just try to be able to connect with everyone. Because that's what we are here for. We are social beings, and we need to connect. We need to connect. Everyone that I could connect with is a teaching for me. It's an experience for me. It's a learning. So I'm grateful for this opportunity right now. Right now, I'm in a happy place. I would not lie. I'm in a happy place. I've been working so long in my business, in this music business.
Yes.
Been 2 decades now. And there
Yes.
were times where I was like, maybe I need to do a 9 to 5, but this thing,
Yeah. And people
especially being
don't.
a
Yeah.
mother, especially being a
Talk
mother.
about that part, because a lot of people see the glamour and the glitter and don't know the economics of being an artist. You know what I mean?
Well, sometimes it's rough. Sometimes it's rough. It's really rough. And sometimes no shows, sometimes no tours. I went through my period where I just had like one show for the year. And with that one show, I was like, Father, yeah, you know what? I feel thankful, because enough artists might even gain something. And as the more I'm being thankful, the more I was being thankful is the more I start getting the blessing. It started to come,
Okay.
trickle. So now this tour, I have at least 30 shows. And I
Wow.
started off with just 5. I just started off with just doing 5 shows on my tour. Just 5. I remember when I just had 5 dates and I would
Wow.
go out, Queen Omega, you're on tour. People hear the word tour and they think money, a
Yes.
lot of dates. But I remember when tour for me was just 3 dates, 5 dates,
I,
7 dates, and it
I,
starts growing.
I'm an entertainment attorney, and I can tell you a lot of artists go on tour and come back with no money,
That's
or
it.
less
I had
money.
that experience as well. There was a time when I had a tour to go to, and the tour was cancelled as I arrived in London. No tour. I had a lot of experience, but it's like part of the journey. It's like building. It's helping you to build you. So life is there to prove you. The universe is there to prove you. And if you say, like, for instance, I say I'm going to be like the greatest artist of my time, of my era. If I say this, then I'm going to experience some challenges to see if I am going to be the greatest artist. And that is how I start looking at life. That's why we have to be careful. The word has so much power.
Yes.
And I realized that I've been through so much that it make me a better artist. It never really break me. It more like make me understand that the music industry is not just lights and prettiness, and people don't understand that it's more sacrifice. It's more of a sacrifice.
Yes.
And it's more like a selflessness because you're giving up yourself. Sometimes I'm so tired after I come off performing for like 90 minutes, which is an hour and a half. Then I have to do like another half an hour with my fans, smiling, signing autographs. And my manager just gave me the eye because she know I'm tired. And she's like, okay, 10 more minutes and Queen, and let's let the Queen go rest. And when the 10 minutes is over, I do another 15 minutes because there's a lot of people still want to meet me. They still want to get a hug. They still want to take a photo, So it's a lot of giving. It's less of you and more of understanding what you're doing and giving. It's a giving thing. To be an artist, to be a musician, you have to have a heart to give.
Yes. And I'm glad that you say you do fan engagement, because a lot of artists, they're too big for their fans. And then when they fall off of that hype stage, they don't have everybody scatter because they didn't take time to invest in that relationship with their fan base. And what you're doing is so crucial for any artist to know that that face-to-face engagement, because those are your core super fans. You have a fan for life. When you come out there or she come out
Yes,
there, meet you, they listen to your
yes,
music, they get a little hug from the eye, they now connect. They feel like they know
yes,
the eye. You know what I mean? So I
yes.
want to salute the eye for still sticking to those fundamentals that artists used to do. You know what I mean?
That's to me, that's the key thing. To me, and sometimes I feel tired, but when I finish the meet and greet, I feel re-energized
Yes.
because I take back their energy from what I put to them. They
Yes.
come back, they give me all the love, they hug me up,
Highly.
they
Highly.
tell me what my music, especially when they tell me what my music do for them.
Yes.
Oh, it's like Queen, you can't, even if you wanted to, girl, you can't stop to this.
Wow.
You reach too far and you touch too much people's lives. It's like stop. Because like this is how I think, Queen, if you stop, people could be suicidal because they're like actually depending on your word song to like go on for the days, have people listening to my music like daily.
Yeah,
So I
man.
have to keep making music for them to go on. That's how I go deep. So I think like, yeah, Queen girl,
No, for
you're
sure.
doing something.
The only thing I would say, if you're not doing so, make sure you have someone collecting emails during those fan meetup, because one of the things we're not doing well as Rastafari artists is cultivating that tribe and making sure that we have ownership over that information so that we can send
Yes.
those letter. They can buy the merch. They can, there's other ways that we can really monetize to make the music sustainable.
Exactly. Well, that's why I give thanks to management and team
Yeah.
because I have a good manager, big up Badran, and
Big
big up
her up. Big her
Anais,
up.
big up Delana, Slim
Yes.
Roots, big up Bobo Clevy. I have a team around me that,
And your team
and
is very
all those times
professional.
when I
I
was
tell you.
traveling,
Yes, go ahead.
I didn't really had a team.
Yes.
I am now having like a team, a musical family around who sees the vision, understand it, and helping push it for it to come into fruition. Because we have so much different things to do than music. Music is just this. It's like the first thing, and from music we're gonna start building. Because I haven't even touched Africa yet. I'm
I was gonna
territories
ask
that
the
I would
eye.
love to go.
I was gonna ask the eye. I shared with your team some of the works that we're doing in Ghana. And I'm
Right?
saying that we would love to have the eye at some point, in Ghana at our,
Definitely,
we have a 5-acre campus there, the Habesha
definitely.
Kaza Institute. So, this is just the beginning, my sister, and you're my younger sister, because I look at your age and everything, even though you look like, we could be similar age, but you're younger than I. I'm a young man still,
Yes,
but
you are. We all youth. We are all
we're
youths.
all youths. We're all
Because the
youths.
spirit is an ancient thing, the flesh is the youth.
Yes, and you just recently during COVID, one of the songs that you did, Microchip, because I was saying to myself, I'm not hearing the songs for the moment.
Yeah,
I was saying I'm not hearing the songs for the moment from Rastafari. Like, in the 70s we heard songs about apartheid Agwan, We were talking about the world, we're in World War III right now. Me not really hearing a sound. But during the COVID, everything was happening. That I went to the studio and really crafted what I think is a masterpiece.
yeah. It was a kind of moment of uncertainty, not just for myself, but for everyone. Everyone, mommy, daddy, uncle, neighbor, everyone was like uncertain and scared. Of course, full of fear, and it was perfect. Why not? In a time of darkness, it's perfect to shine some light. So I was like, yeah, boy, this is the opportunity where I have to write. I felt compelled. If I didn't write something during that time, then I was not living. I was not alive. I didn't exist. Being an artist, I had to write about COVID-19 and what was happening to us as a people. And I just felt like pouring out the truth. What was going on, and trying to get people to understand that listen, we just can't give up. We can't just give in. We have to continue. keeping on our armor and continue this fight, because it is a fight, regardless of how we want to look at it. It's a fight, but not amongst ourselves, but amongst the schemes and plots and powers that set up here from since long time. We come and meet this year. So it was just kind of like me getting the people to them to realize, listen, hey, we're still in this matrix. Come on. Because I saw that was all of our reality.
Yes.
When that happened, everyone realized, yo.
I've been born in a fire, Queen, because I say that Ras Tafari, we were not ready,
Thank you. That's the same thing I'm saying. I was like, yo, look how we get caught with the pants down here. No. Father, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying, Papa, you can't tell me this can't be it. I can't travel again. I can't do music again. So how I go eat? What I have plans to eat? Because I just had a tour. I had like about 10 dates and then boom, no show, no tour, no traveling, the whole place locked down. It was like, wow. It was a rude awakening for everybody to get a real check. And I took that time and I was like, you had a right microchip. Because we read about this. This was like, I was like, you see where the scripture? Look what the scripture say. Look. Why people like to discredit the Bible? I say Rasta people too. Some of we say on the Bible. I say they should burn all them books. If you want to burn Bible, burn all books. I say it's just a book and it's not no religious book. If we could stop seeing this book as a religious book and see it for what it is, it's a book of a people with some laws and precepts to tell you how to live. It's a manual for man. Just like how everything have a manual how to function.
Yes.
Scripture is our manual how to function as a nation.
Really?
I was like, yo, look, all them who don't want to see, look it right here. Look, the Bible talk about COVID.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, it's not the end, the word. Because the scriptures already spoke about it. We'll get through this. We will get through this. And I was kind of like comforted, but boy, it was scary.
Yes.
It was scary.
And I think that we've gone right back to sleep, most of I after that time. We saw it. The elders told us this was happening. The door will close on Babylon. Come out of her, my people. All of these things. And then we saw the test run. And it's like we don't see. So them
I like how you put it. The test run, because that's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. That is exactly what it was. Let me see how far we could push these people. Mm-hmm. Let's see how far. Yeah. So this, and I watch it too. I was like, yo, a lot of us is sheep. A lot of us is sheep out here. Just go into the meadow. Go into the meadow, man.
Tested.
I was like, no, this
tested everyone's faith. But it shows us who everybody was, If everybody who said it was real, it, what you were defending, because you were tested.
And you know what, too? It was actually a separation of wheat and tear timing.
Highly. Yes, highly.
You know who have the eyes to see and have the understanding and the overstanding would have realized that what was taking place.
Highly.
It was a wheat and tear separation taking place, my brother.
Highly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why, we're coming together as a family. I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I know your schedule is super busy, but I want to talk about Empress Men and Rising and some of the work that's happening on the ground in Trinidad. I want to big up Empress Sharon for
big
even
up my sister. That's my sister.
Link. And, I've been following the works in Trinidad. Speak to I about, what's happening with the sister in them on the ground there in Trinidad. And I saw a video with your beautiful family. Daughters, them holding microphone and a chant and things. So speak to us about beautiful works on the ground there.
Well, give thanks for Empress Men and Rising. In Trinidad, we have so many different, we have diversion and everything. Even within religion, we have diversions. And within Rastafari, we have all the sects. We have Bobo Shanti, Naya, Bingi, 12 Tribe, Orthodox. And then we have an organization with all of them coming together called All Mansions.
Yes.
And within all these organizations, you find still sometimes, within Rastafari, you could still see works need to be done. And I think that's where the Empress Men in Rising come in, because we as women, we know how to get things done. Women were always organized first. We have that. We have that
Yes, yes,
intuition. And that
yes.
comes through motherhood.
Mama, yes.
Don't ask us how we know. We just know. We don't even know how we know.
Because the
We
baby,
just know.
hungry, you have to feed the baby. You have to find something for the baby.
That's it. That's it. It comes with, that's what I was always saying. That intuition come with motherhood, because we are mothers and nature and nurturers and protectors. We just know. We just have this intuition. Not that the men don't have it, but I think we have it a little more. It's more higher, a little more higher percentage. And because of that, we tend to get things done. We tend to bring everybody together. And we had a little family day. It was so beautiful because all the mansions came. And we have not seen something like that within Trinidad, within the Rastafari community in a long time. And that shows the power of the womb man.
Highly.
Because we are man, but just the man with the womb, right?
Highly.
And I feel good to be part of the Empress Men in Rising, because now is the time for whatever the man couldn't do or didn't do or would do or shouldn't do. We are here. We are here. There is a part in the scripture, the Almighty says, if man doesn't want to praise him, he would put bread into stone.
Yeah, right.
It's a parable, meaning to say that the works must be done.
Yes.
And if somehow during time, we could see that the man get weary. We understand what takes place with our brothers. That's how we talk as Rastafari empresses. We understand what takes place with the brother.
Okay.
Right? It mash we up. We understand. But here we are now, to take somebody's slack, to take somebody's weight, so that our children would not suffer.
Yes.
Because we need to teach them. If the man can't do it, or he didn't do it, or he couldn't do it for whatever reason, here we are. And that's the place that the woman is taking right now. We're not making no more excuses, and we're not blaming no one. We're not doing the blame game.
Yes.
We're not doing that. We're like more or less, okay, you can do it? All right, we're going to do it. Let me do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a brethren hearing that, I'm just putting that to my other brethren. You hear what the sister and them are saying. It's time for I and I step up same way. Because I am one of those brethren that hold that man have responsibility as the head of the home. And you cannot let her, because in the Armageddon struggle, it can't be that the Rastafari brethren, we send our Empress them out on the front line and we sitting back while them are fight all of the other. No, we can't do that. Yes, some of them get the side Empress title. We always recognize the works of Empress, but to hear what they are saying, I love it, but at the same time, I'm telling my brethren, don't listen to her and then you go sit down and spun a chalice and
that's the thing.
Work.
Not because the woman could do it, that doesn't mean it left you exempted. You have to do the work. Yeah. But I think it reached to this point right now because a lot of men really and truly, what we can see is that within the Rastafarian community, man, really get weary. Like them forget the work, and them forget the teachings, them forget the works. And because of that, you find the Rasta woman now, she kind of get more, she got a little more muscles.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be intimidating, but like I said before, the works have to go on.
It have to go on.
The works have to go on. And it shouldn't be like a gender fighting thing. It should be more an understanding to praise the woman and honor the woman, to understanding that she is Muma. She is Muma. Between Muma and Papa, who you go to first? Yeah. You always go to Papa first.
Yes, I.
You're right. So just look at it like that.
And the woman rising is gonna rise the brethren them, because brethren, regardless, are competitive, It go light that fire within.
It's supposed to.
Yeah,
we're supposed to motivate our brothers. From them see we working hard, that's supposed to motivate them to work harder.
Yes, it's gonna happen. And with the I inspiration, we're gonna continue. Final sound, just tell people about your album, because you release an album, powerful songs. Let them know where they can find it, how they can support the movement and the future for Queen Omega.
Yes, I Blessed Love. Well, you know, Freedom Legacy, my album that was released for 2023. Beautiful album. You can get it on SoundCloud, Spotify. You can check out my YouTube channel as well. You can check out my website, right? Queen Omega Music, Queen Omega, the real Queen Omega. That's the Instagram. Queen Omega Music. That's the Facebook. On TikTok, Queen Omega Official. What else? On all the platforms, you can check me out right now. And I have a new album working on, almost finished, because I had to keep the ball rolling. Okay. So I'm working on my new album, and definitely would be on the road for the whole summer from May until the end of August. Wow. I'll be doing some serious road. I have some Canada in the makeup. I have the US in the makeup. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Africa before the year's over. If not, 2025, looking forward to go to Africa. I'm longing. Yes. I'm longing. My brothers want to see me over there.
How do I feel about repatriation?
Definitely, I want to go from here so long. For 10 years now. It's in the planning, you know. Everything in the Most High timing. Sometimes we want to go now, and the Most High say, no, you can't go now because you need to do this and that and touch this person and that person. So I'm still doing my groundwork here in my little island. Because it looked like when I leave, I have to leave with a team. It looks like it's not me alone. I guess that's why I'm sticking but it's been on my heart since I've known Ras Tafari liberty and trod in this liberty. From that time, I want to come out from the West, brother. That's it. Well, repatriation is a must.
All right. So you've heard it. Queen Omega, Lion Voice collaboration. This is just part one. Because I don't do short-term relationship. You know, deal with that. You know, once we with family, we just continue to rise. Again, I want to thank I want to thank your team. Very professional. All aspects of the team. It was a pleasurable experience. I'm a man. I got through a team from I know the team is there. You know, think with the team because we respect the order, and it was a pleasure. Dealing with the ones them. So I love how the eye moving through earth, and we are praying for the eye prosperity and mighty protection in these perilous times. As the eye, because the singers and the players of instruments shall be there. Yes, and the eye have a special calling and an anointing on the eye. And the eye is calling. You know, you're sounding the trumpet, calling the children home, you know what I mean, with your song, because your song might be the first thing that open a third eye of a young child, you know, of somebody who's going through something. A Queen Omega song, get them, you know, to look at the autobiography of His Majesty or pick up a selected speeches and say, why she have this power, you know, so we salute the eye works, and we will continue to support the eye, any project the eye doing. As we grow, the eye will be welcome, open door anytime to talk to the family, the Rastafari global family, because we are building a platform here on the Lion Voice Network where we can be who we are without apology. We're going to be doing documentary, news program, cartoon, all kind of thing. This is just the genesis. So I give thanks that you would support us in this early part of the journey. And I give thanks for everything that the I stand for as Queen Omega, embodying our blessed mama, Empress was Zero Menen, Queen of Queens, Walata Georges. So family, you heard it here. We have it. Queen Omega and the Lion Voice. We are going to start fire some big gun, you know, them Arkilang, Switzerland gun where His Majesty sit down for now. Because we have grown the channel now. We have to them now. So you know that the time has come for the lions and the lionesses to tell our own story. And this is the Lion Voice.
Eileen.
And it's Ras the first, the Almighty. When there are set thrones of judgment to judgment, thrones of the house of the great King David, and I shall pay for the peace of Ethiopia and Africa. Yeah. Well, every night, argument, morning come. Sorry about how hard you went. No make your heart get hard like some sweat cement. Black woman got to exercise patience. Every night, argument, morning come. Sorry about how hard you went. No make your heart get hard like some sweat cement. Black man got to exercise patience. Got to change the frequency. Seems like we disagree frequently. Mama shopping spree interfere with school fee. Daddy they a dance a floss for Hennessy. Every night them fight mostly over money. Who gonna stand up fight for the family? Ras Tafari, might of the Trinity. Come with this queen with a baby in her belly. Still every night argument, morning come. Sorry about how hard you went. Now make your heart get hard like some sweat cement. Black woman got to exercise patience. Every night argument, morning come. Sorry about how hard you went. Now make your heart get hard like some sweat cement. Black man got to exercise patience. There's no need to raise your voice. Let's live in a one harmony. Together we can make that choice to live as one family. And please don't disturb the children's sleep. Be careful what you say, remember words cut deep. Sometimes it's better if you just sit in silence. Time to end this cycle of violence.